Hello everyone, welcome back. It's time to talk because Anthropic just did something huge. They just dropped Opus 4.6, and if you have been building with AI agents or following the orchestration space like I have, you know this is a massive deal. I have been digging through the docs all morning and I wanted to break down these specific areas. General performance boost, the brand new agent teams framework, which is honestly the most exciting part for me, and how they are tracking some really heavy duty finance data. I'm going to walk you through the actual documentation so you can see exactly what changed and why it's matter. Let's jump in. So first half, let's look at the news release. Anthropic positioning 4.6 as their most intelligent model yet. But the headline isn't just it's smarter, it's about the speed. You know how the previous version of Opus sometimes felt a bit heavy, a bit slow compared to the Sonnet? That's exactly what they're addressing here. One of the noteworthy things that we should talk about is their 1 million token context window. First open class model with this. It can hold the entire code base in memory without the context rot. I mean, look at this. It scored 76% in terms of accuracy compared to Sonnet 4.5. It was just at 18.5%. This is a qualitative shift in how much context a model can actually use while maintaining the peak performance. Well, look at these benchmarks right here. Have optimized the architecture to significantly reduce the latency. For us engineers, that means we can actually use Opus in real-time applications without the awkward thinking pause. If you see here, 4.6 is leading on everything, including agentic terminal coding, agentic computer use, tool use, search, multidisciplinary reasoning, and so on. Honestly, I feel like this is a huge jump compared to 4.5. The coding score specifically took a jump. They are claiming it's now leading the industry in complex reasoning. If you are architecting front-end applications or building out back-end logic, it's much better at following multi-step instructions without getting lost. Look at this. 4.6 is at 65.4 compared to 4.5. It was at 59.8%. Not just that, knowledge work, agentic search, reasoning. Opus 4.6 is leading in all perspectives. Speaking about software engineering, Opus 4.6 is better at software failure diagnosis, multilingual coding, long-term coherence. Long-term coherence is how long these models can run without interruption. As you can see, Opus 4.6 is way better than 4.5 here. Same thing in cybersecurity and life sciences. But that's not it. Let's wait for another crazy update. Agent teams and orchestration. Now this is where things get really interesting for developers watching. Let's head over to new agent teams documentation. So in the past, if you wanted to build agentic workflows, we were usually reaching for external frameworks like Crew AI, LangChain, things like that. But Anthropic is now basically building handoff logic directly into the model's capabilities. We aren't just talking about one agent anymore. We are talking about the lead agent managing this swarm of specialists. Let's break down how this works and why it's massive leap for agentic workflows. Right here in the docs, you can see that agent teams allow Claude Code to spawn subagents. Think of it like a software engineering lead delegating tickets to a team of developers. Instead of one agent trying to hold your entire code base in a single context window, which we know can get messy, you now have a lead agent that orchestrates the strategy and teammates that execute specific tasks in parallel. So why use this, right? It's built for parallel exploration. So if you're doing a heavy code review, a massive migration, or debugging across front-end and back-end simultaneously, a single agent hits context limits as we know. Teams lets you break that work apart so that each agent stays focused on one specific layer of the stack. So here is the breakdown. You have a team lead, which is your main session, it's the orchestrator. Then you have teammates, which are entirely separate Claude Code instances. Unlike subagents, these teammates are fully independent. They have their own context windows and can actually message each other through shared mailbox system. This is the brain of the operation, a shared task list. The lead defines the work. Teammates can either be assigned tasks or self-claim them as they finish because they work in parallel. So you're looking at 5x to 10x speed increase for complex features because you aren't waiting for one agent to finish file A before it starts file B. Well, a disclaimer here, this is all experimental. You have to opt in. So you need to set this environment variable to 1 in your settings.json or in your shell. Just a heads up, because these are multiple independent instances, your token usage will scale with the number of teammates you spawn. So use them strategically. The bottom line, subagents for quick one-off tasks, use agent teams when you need a collaborative swarm for complex multi-file engineering. And that's not it. Claude just hit a massive milestone with other releases as well. We're just seeing Opus 4.6 in action, and it is effectively transforming into a multi-talented agent for your entire professional stack. The new work in folder capability is a game changer. It can now ingest a whole directory of data forecasts, supply chain docs, and updated PDFs and cross reference them all in one go. Look at this, it's finding the discrepancies that usually take hours to spot, like 7% price hike from supplier that wasn't reflected in the cost model. This is deep agentic reasoning at work. The Excel improvements are next level. It doesn't just read the data, it builds. It's creating the complex P&L scenario models, generating the chats, and even adding the interactive toggles so leadership can stress test their assumptions themselves. And here is the big release. Claude in PowerPoint. It takes all the deep financial analysis and automatically turns into structured leadership deck, complete with professional formatting and speaker notes, going from raw documents to boardroom ready presentation in minutes. That is the ultimate end-to-end workflow. This is a massive leap for AI productivity, and finally the era of the AI agent is officially here. So to wrap it all up, Opus 4.6 is faster, the agent Teams framework is total game changer for orchestration, and the data accuracy, especially in things like finance, is just on another level. Honestly, I'm super excited to play with this and share more thoughts on Opus 4.6. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.